Underestimating the Sigma guy simply because he isn't an alpha is one of the worst mistakes you can make. Being masculine does not make someone less dangerous. Sigma men are the kind of men who are quiet but deadly. They are frequently undervalued, which is a mistake you do not want to make. They are not physically strong, but they are incredibly intelligent and determined. They are always thinking 10 steps ahead, which makes them a very dangerous opponent. You should always be wary of Sigma men. The last thing you want to do is give a Sigma a reason to target you. Sigma men aren't necessarily bad boys by nature. In fact, they are very peaceful and understanding, but you should never try to step on his tail because you will get burned. There is nothing more dangerous than a Sigma man with a vendetta. Sigma males are the most hazardous breed, for the following 12 reasons. 1. They are dangerous because there is more to them than meets the eye. When you first meet a Sigma, you might not think much of him because he seems like a normal guy, but this is precisely what they want you to think. They want to blend in and not be recognized. To mess with a Sigma, one must be ready for the unexpected. You never know what a Sigma is thinking, and this is not something you want to underestimate. What you see on the surface is not what you get with a Sigma man, especially when it comes to intelligence and determination. They are far more complex than they appear to be. Sigma men are often very quiet and introverted, but this is because they are constantly observing and taking in information. They are always processing and strategizing, which makes them very hard to read. They might not show it, but Sigmas are actually very sentimental people, which is why many Sigmas have a hard time letting go of the past. They might forgive you, but they will never forget what you did if you make another mistake, no matter how small it may be. Once you have earned their trust, they will be loyal to you forever. Everyone is resilient and determined, true, but the Sigma takes it to a whole other level. Because of this, you should always be careful around the Sigma since you never know what he might be capable of. 6. They omit to express their actual motivations. The Sigma man is a master of disguise. When he feels threatened, he won't reveal his true intentions, making it difficult to know what he's really thinking. He is always calculating and knows how to play his cards very well, making him a very difficult person to read. On the outside, he always appears calm and collected, but there is a lot going on behind that blank stare. Sigma males are frequently the quiet ones in the room, but that does not mean they are not paying attention. They are analyzing everything around them and are constantly observing and learning. This is how they gain so much knowledge about the world around them. They might not say much, but they are always aware of what is going on and they know more than you think they do. So if you ever cross a Sigma, be prepared for the consequences. Sigma guys are continuously calculating and preparing. Their minds are constantly occupied with the task of determining the best approach to accomplish their objectives, which makes them challenging opponents because they are constantly anticipating new developments. Have you ever played chess with a Sigma man? They are constantly looking for ways to gain an advantage over their opponents, and they anticipate everything very well. If you ever find yourself in a competition with one, you will probably find yourself at a disadvantage because of this. If so, you already know that they are always planning and plotting for every scenario that could arise. He or she can predict your moves and always appears to be many steps ahead, making them very difficult to beat because they have already considered everything you could possibly do. This makes them a very risky opponent because they are constantly prepared for anything that can happen. Sigmas are the kind of individuals you never want to mess with since they always manage to come out on top. They appear to always have something planned, which many others find annoying. It's best to simply remain on their good side. 9. They can determine your weaknesses very rapidly. Sigmas are incredibly perceptive people who, if you trip on their toes, can immediately identify your weaknesses. They know how to use this against you and will always find a way to exploit it, even when they appear to have forgotten it. Even though you may believe you are getting away with anything, if you really irritate them, they will make sure to get you back when you least expect it since they are skilled at buying time and waiting for the ideal opportunity to attack. They seem to have a mental database of all of your previous deeds and statements, so if you made a significant error, they would make sure to make you pay for it. If it's been a while and Sigma hasn't done anything to you, it means he has either found a way to forget about it or has forgiven you. In that case, you should consider yourself lucky. Nevertheless, if he truly can't let it go, he will find a method to make you feel his fury. Sigma men are forgiving and don't waste their energy on people who don't deserve it, even if they make mistakes against them occasionally. But they can also be very stern people if you seriously wrong them. They don't typically use physical violence. Instead, they use their minds to hit you without you realizing it. They are among the most logical individuals you will ever encounter. Sigma men never allow their emotions to cloud their judgment. They always act rationally and think before they act. If you dispute with a Sigma, you will quickly see that their arguments are always supported by logic. You simply cannot win an argument against a Sigma by appealing to their emotions in an attempt to persuade them. If you want to gain their respect through the use of emotional appeals, you must be able to support your arguments with logic and evidence. Otherwise, they will perceive you as just another person attempting to take advantage of them. In this case, they will probably ignore you or, worse, try to put you in your place. One of the things that makes Sigma males such dangerous opponents is their strong self-control. They never allow their emotions to get the best of them, regardless of the situation. This is why they never lose their cool, no matter what. You can never make a Sigma lose their temper or do something they don't want to do, since they constantly maintain control of the situation and never allow their feelings to affect their decision-making. People constantly look up to and admire them because they never allow their emotions to get in the way of making judgments. This is one of the things that makes them such outstanding leaders. 12. They are always honest and direct and never try to make themselves appear good. Sigma men do not hold back when it comes to speaking their minds, regardless of who they are against. If you ask them for their opinion, they will tell it to you straight, even if it is not what you want to hear. If you believe you can manipulate a Sigma by attempting to get them to agree with you, you are gravely mistaken. Upsetting to other people because they are not accustomed to such honesty, but if you can get beyond that, you will quickly realize that Sigma males are among the most trustworthy people you will ever meet.